Okay, so I want you to appreciate that I'm trying to moonwalk here even though I don't know how to do it, and I really underestimated how hard it is to moonwalk after watching like two videos or something. Hello my dudes. Did you know that your happiness and well-being is important to me? Thought that I should moonwalk in, say hello my dudes, and you know, moonwalk out and then do the video, but I suck at moonwalking. I've been drawing furry art like for 1.5 years roughly, and only getting really into commissions since August 2020. So that means I've only been doing commissions really for a few months, or at least getting the steam rolling and doing commissions for a month. And I had to take a break in November just because, you know, my glasses are missing and I can't, well, I can work without glasses, but I want to deliver the best work that I can, and I don't trust myself and my poor eyesight. And that's why I'm currently closed for commissions. It's because I'm bad at keeping my own health and happiness in check. It's so fluffy. So I don't have a persona. I don't really identify as a furry, but I think I am a furry artist because I do furry work so regularly or so much that it has overtaken all my other kind of artwork. So I haven't been drawing much else other than furry stuff, and that's why I'm trying to do more studies, like photo studies, like gesture and anatomy studies, you know. And that's what the last video was about, really. But there are so many furry artists and there's such a huge variety in styles that the few artists that I looked into that were recommended to me, those were really cool, and I'm gonna pop some on the screen or into the description, not sure yet what, so you can check them out. Please be aware that there are lots of ways to do self-care, and getting art that makes you happy, doing art that makes you happy is one big step of it. You may ask me, why did you get into the furry community if you're not that much into furry art? And the answer is, I know that makes me sound shallow, but money, 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 money must be funny in a rich man's world. People in the furry community actually pay the artists. The furry community treats their artists way better than what I've been used to in other communities, which was mostly because I tried to do that, painting realistic portraits, which I wasn't even really good at, to be honest. So being in the furry community is kinda really nice. Actually, you know, my main goal with art is to make people happy, and that is easiest achievable if you do commissions, you know. Personalized artwork where people really want to see the end result, that's kinda my main thing. I like making people happy, that's what got me into art, and that's what got me into furry art. Such huge personal attachment to the characters that they're willing to pay good money for it, or like they appreciate so much, it makes them really happy, and that's something that I really enjoy. It's great. I do art to make people happy, and that's why I kind of decided to just draw as much happy stuff as possible. I draw art to make myself happy and to make others happy as well. And furry art is a great opportunity for me, for that goal. So let's talk about the commission that I did for this video. You're gonna love it. It's actually a D&D character, like, I forgot what it is, like a halfling, thiefling, something like that. The person commissioned me to draw them in 2 pieces. One piece an action, which I'm gonna explain later, and the other piece an illustrated scene where their character is sitting and reading up, only lit by an oil lamp. And the other piece they wanted was one action. So an action is a kind of commission I offer where I draw one character in 3 different poses, or in this case 4 because they paid extra for a 4th one. and I just arrange them on the paper and try to do as interesting poses as possible, and they can choose what kind of action they're doing. Usually this is dancing, and a dancing commission is something that I did a lot. You know, I'm gonna blend in some examples of that. I really like doing dancing commissions or action commissions as I call them, because they are so fun to do. They show a character in different poses. I get to flex my anatomy skills, you know, and I love doing characters that are fun to draw and not worrying too much about a background. Okay, so in the character sheet that my client sent me, the character is really looking aloof and teasing and smirking into the camera. So I thought giving him some intense emotions would be really nice and express his character more. You know how in animation, before they actually finish the movie or start with the animation or something, they have these they hire people just to get the right character animation down, like how would this character express themselves. And if I had more patience for getting into the industry, that is kind of the job that I would like to do, because every person moves differently depending on their emotional state and their personality, and I think that's really interesting, and that's also a thing that I really enjoy about these action illustrations, you know. And yeah, I chose some intense emotions, so screaming and being really angry. I thought it really suited the fighting of this character. Oh yeah, I also had to design the armor of this character for the commission, for the action scene, and that's not my strong suit, so I decided not to draw him wearing any clothing in the illustrated scene. Gosh, furry clothing is so complicated to figure out. That's why I hate giving a furry character glasses, because you know, glasses they are supposed to sit behind your ears, and if your character has their ears on top of their head, it's just so hard to design without looking silly. We give a furry character easier glasses if you went for a design like Usopp's zooming glasses that he uses in One Piece in the speedpaint. So yes, I'm gonna make some videos trying to explain my process and everything, and not sure if I can actually do tutorials because I suck at explaining my stuff, but you know, you never know before you try. And I'm not sure if I'm doing many or if I ever upload them like regularly or something like that, but I'm gonna try. And if you have questions, please comment or send them to me in whatever way you want. I have a Twitter, a YouTube channel, it seems. I have an Instagram and a Tumblr, and what else? Oh god, a Fur Affinity. And I'm also gonna link every place where you can find me in the description, you know, so you have an easier time. I also have an email. It's also folgt@gmail.com. But I love making people happy, and especially if someone has like a story they want to tell. I'm really interested in helping people achieve that if they don't have artistic skills themselves, or aren't just into painting, or they are looking for like a specific type of illustrations that they can't achieve yet. I'm really glad to help and do someone a favor by doing them a commission, you know, which I don't think counts as doing someone a favor, because a favor would be for free. But yeah, I really enjoy that. I'm not working for free though, because I have some self-respect. at least a little. And people tell me I should, you know, take money for art. Please be aware that there are lots of ways to do self-care, and getting art that makes you happy, doing art that makes you happy is one big step of it. That's also why I decided to never draw characters that do self-harm, or you know, like I'm not doing furry vent art, because furries, furries are a positive thing to me, and I want them, like I want kids to be happy, and I don't want them crying, I don't want them to express so much negative things. I'm okay with drawing crying humans, but for me, furries are supposed to be, you know, like stuffed animals. You don't want a stuffed animal that's depicted crying, you want it to be in a neutral or happy pose, you know, like with a happy expression. And that's because it's so important to be happy. And I hope you can surround yourself with things that make you happy. If you have any questions to me about my art, about my process, maybe you have like suggestions for tutorials or something. One thing I have on my list is actually furry feet. I'm gonna do some furry feet studies and show you what I think are 3 easy steps or 3 easy styles that you can achieve, you know. And yeah, that's kind of the plan for so far. A depressed person, I'm trying to be all happy-go-lucky and being as kind as possible, just because I think the world needs more kindness. And drawing stuff really helps me with that, you know, achieving that, giving kindness to people and making people happy and smile. Because I'm not very funny, unfortunately, and I always thought learning jokes was kind of boring. So yes, I'm gonna do some YouTube videos. I think I just want to explore, you know, editing and stuff, and getting something out of my speedpaint that I recorded, and I'm just doing this voiceover and, you know, goofing around a bit and talking to you about things about this commission that I did, because just speed paints are boring and I don't watch them. I watch like 2 minutes of them and then I get bored, or I have them like playing in the background while I do other stuff, and then I don't even watch it, and that's sad, because I know the artists put a lot of effort into it. I know there's so much to learn from a good speed paint, like you can see the process more easily, but I don't know. I don't think they are very interesting to watch. They are not very entertaining, and you don't see much of the personality of the artist. So yes, that's all for this video. Did I forget something?